This is over. Strikes into the first row by McDaniels. And oh, block. Goodness. He came down with it. He caught it.
Sports Center top 10.
Well, a little sampling of the sights and sounds of KJ McDaniels, the modern-day human highlight reel, if you will. Corey Miller surprising no one on Tuesday by making it official and saying he's skipping that senior year, going to the NBA, something we've talked about on this couch before that we knew was coming.
Right.
Now it's reality. I think it's a great decision by him.
I have to agree with you, Brian. I mean, this guy is very active. He's at three position where you need that athlete to play. He can shoot it. He can dribble, drive it. He can dunk it. We saw that the human highlight film, as you already related to. But he's a guy that I really liked a whole lot. You enjoyed watching Clemson play because of KJ McDaniel. And not a shock to anybody. I mean, the guy's going to be a first-round pick. I got him anywhere from 21, 25 based on what I've been reading from Draft Express and all the other guys that said he's going to fit somewhere in there. Some said maybe early second, but I think KJ McDaniel's a solid first round.
We saw a little bit of rumblings that people comparing him to Ronaldo Balkman from a few years ago. not
be
people
correct.
in the national media, but some local folks saying, what about Ronaldo Balkman? No, these are completely different gentlemen right here in terms of staying power, I think. Athletic ability, basketball ability, he's got it all. He really does.
Well, I think the thing that stands out, Brian, is the fact that he plays great defense. I mean, we talk about the dunks, but you got to look at the shot blocking. I mean, this guy, he just terrorizes folks in the paint. He's so long, he's athletic, he can jump out the gym, block shots. I mean, this is what you're looking for. And a guy that can give you some points. I mean, I don't think he's a guy that's going to go to the NBA and give you 25 a night. But he can be that solid 17, 18-point guy, give you 3 blocks, 2.5 blocks a game, and be a great defensive player. And so, he's a really good basketball player. But I really feel bad for the Clemson folks. I mean, they went to the Final Four in the NITs. And, this is a team a lot of folks thought maybe can do something next year with KJ McDaniels. And now he's going to get that cheddar, as they say.
Yeah, he most certainly is. He's going to get a nice little payday. But you bring up a good point. They were on the rise this year, right on the cusp of the NCAAs. Maybe just needed 1 or 2 more big wins to get in. And people had high hopes for next year. And with KJ walking out the door, there isn't much inside the door already that really would make you feel like it's going to be a big year.
Well,
be honest here. We deal in facts.
We got to deal with the facts. And the facts, thank God for Google. Right? So I wanted to go look at the roster. I mean, I watch a lot of Clemson basketball, but there are a couple names I'm familiar with.
That are decent
Austin
guys.
Ojukwu, Carter Newman High School, Jordan Roper, Irmo High School. Why these guys are from Columbia. But some of these other guys, I mean, Rod Hall, I give him, but Brian, you know who these guys is? I mean,
a couple of these guys, I couldn't tell you much about them. So we watched a good bit of Clemson basketball.
Hopefully, Brad Brownell has a great recruiting class coming in. But when you lose that guy, that's the cornerstone of your basketball team. It's going to hurt. It's going to leave a sting, no doubt about it. I mean, Austin's going to be a good player. Brad Brownell, I heard some of the coaches up there very, very high on him. He's a guy that's played a lot this year. Jordan Roper gotten better over the couple of years. So, I mean, they got some good players. Rod Hall's a solid player, but without KJ McDaniel, you said CBI? Is that the one you got to write a check to play in? That's what I'm calling for, the CBI
So
tournament.
what Corey Miller is saying is that the Clemson Tigers bubble has already burst before the season has begun.
Brad Brownell is crying right now. I mean, but again, like Spurrier said, most coaches in football say, hey, you're a first rounder. We get it. I mean, go make your money. I mean, because reality is, Brian, can he go any higher? Maybe a few spots, but in basketball, everything's so slotted. I mean, you're going to be in the top 25. Take the money and run. You come and get your education.
Nothing else he can do. ACC Defensive Player of the Year. He's an all-ACC selection.
Can't do anything else.
What more can he really do?
Can't do anything else, but I guess pray for his former teammates because they're going to be a bad basketball team next year. I'm just saying he means that much to Clemson basketball.
He really does.
Really good player. I know your highlight of the night deal for weeks and weeks.
He was the guy.
Sometimes he competed. KJ McDaniel.
He competed against himself many weeks because you couldn't find a contender to go up against him.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find someone else this year.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know.
I'm going to give you a name, Austin Ojukwu. Mark it down. Austin Ojukwu
he can shoot.
Will be a guy that I think is going to step up and be a very good player for Brad Brownell and company. He's an active guy. He's long. He's got the length. He can shoot the basketball. He can jump as well. He won't replace KJ McDaniels, but he'll be a good player for Clemson next year.
The pride of Cardinal Newman right there.
Man, skis of basketball, baby.
Yes, it is. He's a good little player.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep our fingers crossed for a very entertaining South Carolina Clemson basketball game next season. Thank you.
Gamecocks going to roar back next year.
We'll see what happens.
Break the streak.
Could be tough. All right, we'll be right back.